Okay, so here I am in Minecraft, and I'm going to basically just have a look at crafting. So I'm going to go up to this tree over here, and I'm going to hold on my left mouse button, and I'm going to start smashing these little bits of wood. And you'll see that they fall into smaller cubes that go on the floor. Miraculously, I'm just using my W button to go and pick them up, and you'll see now at the bottom of the screen there where it says 3 means I've got 3 pieces of wood. I'm just going to go and find another tree and do the same thing. Now you could do it with things like these rocks as well, or mud. This is dirt, I think. And you'll see as I go and pick them up that they now come on the bottom of the screen as well. So if I use my mouse roll button, I'm going across, and if I hover over it tells me I've got 3 blocks of dirt and I've got 3 blocks of oak wood. Now what I could do, I'm going to come back out a little bit again using my D button. If I wanted to start building over here, you can see as I go over any particular sort of square, it puts a kind of black outline around it. If I'm on, so I've chosen by using my mouse roll button, I've chosen the oak block. If I now on mine use my right mouse click, it places those blocks, so I can start to build things with them. I could use my wood, my mud ones, and do those as well, and they pop in. Now if I want to reuse them, if they're not in the right place, I can simply left mouse click on them and do them all over again and break them down and reuse them. Sometimes I'm close enough they just sort of pop in, sometimes I go and pick them up afterwards. And there I am, I'm back to where I was. I've got 3 of each again. Now I'm just going to get a little bit more wood, so I'm going to come over to another tree over here, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to collect up some blocks. So we've seen very easily how we can stack those things. Now you'll see I've got dirt, I've got spruce, and I've got oak. So they were different types of trees that I broke up then. I might just get one more if I can find another one. There's some more trees over there. Okay, I've got at the bottom now, you can see I've got, rolling my mouse button, I've got 3 blocks of dirt, 2 blocks of spruce, and I've got 8 bits of oak. Now if I press my E button on the keyboard, it opens what's called my inventory. And in my inventory there I've got various things. So the very bottom row along here, this is what I see in my on-screen kind of inventory. So if I click again and press the, E to go back to it, this corresponds to what I've got along the bottom there. So I've got these 9 slots. Go back to E again. These are the 9 slots that are visible. Now what way of thinking about this is, maybe these 9 slots is like my pockets. So what I've got in my pocket is what I can easily get to. Up here is an extended part of the inventory, and this bit you can think of as like a backpack, so I can put extra stuff in there. It's a little bit more hassle to get out, and I can transfer from up here down to here, so I can take it from my backpack and put it in my pocket, so it's easier to get when I'm on screen doing things. But what do I want to do with it now? Well, basically what I want to do with it now is I want to be able to create things from it. So for instance, if I get my my oak wood, there's my oak wood, and I right click on that, and I come up to here, it's this little square. If I basically put 1 oak block in here, it creates for me 4, and I'll put the rest back down here. I don't want them now. I can put them on top of each other by using my right mouse click, or I can put them individually. I've got 4 oak planks, so my 1 oak wood block creates 4 oak planks. So I can right click on those, and I can bring those down into my inventory now. And again, if I right click, I can put them all in the same place, or I can put them individually, depending on how you want to do it. If I now take 2 of my oak planks and I put them in here, that creates for me an oak pressure plate. Okay, if I add 4 of them in, sorry, get them again, put 4 more in, it creates something really cool for me called a crafting table. Now if I create a crafting table and put that into my inventory here, so I'm going to just press E to go back to my screen, and now in my inventory as I click through, I've got this thing called a crafting table. Now a crafting table is really cool. A crafting table, if you go somewhere and you want to position it, so I'm going to put my crafting table here, maybe I'm going to build my house next to this position. My crafting table now, when I right click on that, okay, so inside my crafting table, instead of a 4x4 matrix which I had when I just went into my my normal inventory, I've now got a 9x9. That basically means I can do more with it. I can create better tools and better artifacts by basically combining more things together. Now, a quick easy explanation of this is if I basically, I've tidied this up a little bit, but if I take one of my oak woods and I put one of them up here, I now get oak planks. So I'm going to put the rest back that I'm not using. So I've got one oak wood, gives me 4 oak planks. I'll choose my oak planks and I'll click over here. Now, a few things happen then. Let's put them all in. There's my 4. On the left hand side, these are what's basically called my recipes. Now, recipes tell me what I can make with the things I've got here. So the more I collect, the more I've got available to me. Anything that's kind of in red basically means I haven't got enough resources to make it. But for instance, if I want to make a stick, if I click on stick, it shows me that if I basically put 4 of these oak planks, it creates 4 of these sticks for me. So if I click my stick one now and put that down here, I've now got sticks available to me. In fact, it made me 8 of them, so I made 2 sets of 4. Okay. If I want to take my sticks, so for instance, if I take my sticks and I've got 2 ways of doing this. I either do it myself up here, or I can click through and I can try and find what I'm looking for. So I know that somewhere in here, if I click through, there's a ladder. There's a ladder. So if I click on ladder, it's showing me that if I use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sticks, so it's taken the 7 sticks away from the 8 I had, it'll give me 3 ladders. So if I now collect up my ladders, I can go back into my virtual world by pressing E again. I'm coming back into my world, and you can see I scroll through, there's all the things I've got. I go to my ladder, I'll choose my ladder tool, and ladders have got to be against something, so I basically, as long as I click against something like this tree here, I can put a ladder on, I can put another ladder on, and so on, and I can use that to climb up things. So maybe you've got a house which has got a 2nd level and you can only get into it by climbing, so animals can't go in, that kind of thing. If I want to reuse them again, if I decide I'm not going to use those, I can break them down again, and as long as I collect them up again, you see at the moment my bottom's only showing 1. If I go back towards these, I've collected all 3 back up again, and I'm good to go again. Okay, so I've just done a little bit more playing around off screen. So I've made myself, I've got 5 sticks and I've got 6 oak planks. I just want to show you one more thing. I'm going to go back to where my crafting table is, which is over here. I'm going to choose my crafting table again by right clicking on it. So remember, crafting table gives me a 3x3 matrix instead of the 2x2 which I get with a normal inventory. So it gives me more flexibility. I can do more with it. Now, one thing I'm going to do, I'm not going to show you the recipe, I'm just going to make it. If I go for my oak planks, and I'm going to choose oak planks, and I'm going to put 3 along here, and I'm going to go for my sticks, and I'm going to put a stick here and a stick here, and what that's created for me now, put that last stick back, is a wooden pickaxe. So if I can choose my pickaxe, I can put my pickaxe down here in my inventory, I can go back using my E, and now if I pick up my wooden pickaxe, I can use my pickaxe and I can do some damage with that. I can hit some stuff with it, and a pickaxe will work faster than using just my bare hand. So when I want to create more things, get more resources, I can make tools that make life easier for me. Now there's a whole range that you need to look at. You can do all sorts of weird and wonderful things. You can combine coal and sticks together to make torches and so on, but you've got to mine the resources to start with, and you've got to look at them in your inventory and work out what you want to have handy and what you can move into the the backpack area. If you want things you don't need to have available all the time, you can move them around, and you've got the flexibility then scrolling through your mouse button to pick the 9 that you need that are most kind of important to you at any point in time. So in a nutshell, that is how to mine and how to actually create